Thank you so much, Pastor David. Pastor Victor, that was the contribution of Pastor David, who mentioned that as the man was the first to be created, yeah, so it should normally be good to have the man because he was the first to speak with God. This is a lovely contribution. Yes, I welcome your input also, Pastor Victor. Then I just wanted to highlight another thing while I was talking. You know, when you mentioned that earlier on, when I spoke about the family, you said that, okay, in this case, I'm spiritually a bit stronger than him in prayer, and they cannot touch us. Yes, it's true because actually, when I went and I slept in that house, in his mother house and the father house, they were both there. We slept that night. I don't know if it was a mouse of a rat. All I remember is that around 2 a.m. like that, I heard my husband shouting. I was on his side next to him, and my husband was shouting, screaming, and um, anyway, I said, "What is happening?" He said that something actually uh, ate his ate his toe. Yeah. So when the light was put, he was bleeding. When we switched on the light, he was bleeding, and it was just like they said, "Oh, it's a rat," but we didn't see the rat, so he was bleeding. I'm going to speak about this in French, the little testimony in French, because for Pastor David. Pastor David, I was just saying that quand je suis partie avec mon mari, j'ai dormi chez eux. Comme le pasteur était en train de dire tout à l'heure que c'est quand on est enfant de Dieu, c'est pas facile pour que les gens là nous touchent. Quand je suis partie dormir chez les parents de mon mari, il y avait la souris qui a mangé le pied de mon mari dans la nuit là, autour de 2 heures. Il a crié. Et puis on a mis la lumière, sur le sang coulait sur son orteil et il avait été mangé. Et puis moi, j'ai dit, vous voulez me rendre veuve juste après mon mariage ou quoi? Donc ça, c'est un sujet que je voudrais apporter parce que j'étais en train de donner mon témoignage ici là pour dire que mon mari également, sa mère l'a nourri avec beaucoup de viande de brousse, la viande de serpent, le boa. Et depuis qu'il a mangé ça, je n'ai plus retrouvé la même chose. C'est comme s'il est transformé. Donc, je vais parler en anglais, il va donner ce qu'il va dire et puis je vais contribuer également en français. Tu peux réfléchir ce que tu vas dire. So, believe of God, I was just explaining to Pastor David because at the end of the day, what happened that night when he screamed and he was bleeding, I kind of say, do you, do you want me to be widow? And I was just like, this is how I actually shouted in that house. Then his mother came and then she actually said, "Oh, we are going to see this man. He's a native doctor. He will tell us what happened." So this is one thing, just to confirm what the Pastor Victor was saying, that as a child of God, you will not be touched by those people. Truly speaking, I didn't have anything that night. It was him that was actually the mouse actually ate his toes. So I just want a contribution of Pastor Victor. I will go and look after. Can you just speak, please? And I will go and look after this baby. Please, can you contribute to that, please? Pastor Victor.
Well, these are personal experiences, like like yes, the man is the foundation. The man is supposed to be the head of the house. But I can see that God has brought you to that man. God has brought you to that family to be a a rock, to be a protector. If that is happening to him, that a rat is eating him and he cannot see the rat, and those are powers of the enemies, you are there. Don't leave him. Don't leave him the to the whims and caprices of the enemy. He may not understand you. The enemy can use him against you It may seem as if he's persecuting, he's doing all sort of things, but it's because the enemy also know that you are there and nothing by any means hurt you. I will suggest that you keep praying for him, just like a pastor Joseph David have said.
She's hungry.
Keep praying for him. Pray for him until he becomes matured to the extent that he begins to understand some of the things that he may have been doing, and he'll come to understand it. Keep praying for him until he grows to that extent. Don't leave it to him or say, well, because he's supposed to be the head of the family, I'm supposed not to know. In spiritual matters, in spiritual journey is like a marathon. That's why the Bible called the Christian race a race. While it is a personal race, it is also a marathon that we have to run at the same time. It's also a sprint. We pass the baton, and we pass the baton also to those that are behind us, as it were. He may prayer alone. Prayer will work. Yes. Also, keep dwelling with him according to knowledge. The Bible also talks to the husband to dwell with the wife according to knowledge. But in this case, when you see that in the area of spiritual matter, you as a wife, you are more knowledgeable, you are more spiritual, you understand the scriptures more. So you begin to dwell with him according to the knowledge of God you have. There are things he will still want to exert that the fact that I am your husband. That one is no doubt. You still let him know, yes, you are still my husband. But as the case may be, you can be the husband, and yet you are the spiritual warrior. Actually, whether a man is a spiritual leader from his family or not, the woman is actually the backbone. If the man is the head, the woman is actually the backbone of the husband. The woman has a role to play in the life of his husband. The woman has a very huge role to play. There are some homes where there are even some times where the man could be very tired. The woman can stand in the gap and enter in. And from the little you have said so far into your personal relationship, it shows that you are trying as a woman. And I want to say, continue it. Continue that. Continue praying for him. Continue dealing with him with patience. He will grow. He may not, there is a particular Bible leader in history. This Smith Wigglesworth, the apostle of faith. Smith Wigglesworth was, at a time, I think the wife got born again more than him. The wife got born again before him. At the time, he was spiritually bankrupt, and the wife kept serving God. Even he got to the point that he was persecuting the wife. He was telling the wife she should not go to church. She shouldn't do anything that relate to God. But it was in that condition that the wife kept praying, believing God, and eventually God answered her prayer, and eventually he became saved. I don't even know the name of the wife right now. I can't even remember. But today, everybody knows Smith Wigglesworth. The woman, in fact, it was the woman that even taught him how to preach. It's in history. He did